Hey, it's Shantae. Today I am going to bring you some new lifestyle content to my channel. We're going to be talking about my weekend, and I'm also going to be showing you some tips on what you can do to have a restful and relaxing weekend, yet a productive weekend so that you can have a nice week. Stay tuned for how I do my weekly reset. I typically start my weekends off early on Saturday mornings. Here we are at gymnastics with Zora. At this point, it's about 10 o'clock in the morning, and I've probably been up about 3 hours. So I start my Saturday mornings always with a long run. And then after I do my run, I took my son to work, and then we ended up before he went to work, we actually ended up doing some driving lessons. So I really enjoy that time in the morning. That brings me to my first tip, which is to do things with your loved ones and to prioritize your kids. So this is when you would like to add in some sports or their activities, or even try and have a hot, fulfilling breakfast with them, or do something that involves them or other people that you love. There's nothing more important than spending time with the people that you love. Please enjoy some more Zora footage.
You guys do wrong? Alright, can you try run off Butler? The second X. Can you do run off Butler? Let me see that one.
I don't know that one.
I'll show you. So, you do your round off. Like this, but then you gotta straighten Butler.
Oh yeah, I thought the big was called the track ball.
Yeah, you guys can learn it too.
But I'm kind of bad at
That's what you want to do. It can't be a straight line. Then I'll see that way. Right there, side of it. Too deep. Slow down.
Now we're actually going to go into my second tip, which is to wake up early Saturday, but not Sunday. I believe in waking up early Saturday because your weekend should be productive, meaning that you should be able to do errands that you usually can't do throughout the day. I don't believe in doing all of your errands on one day, but I also believe in having a restful weekend, because a restful weekend is also productive and it helps you reset for the week. You also deserve at least one day where you don't have to wake up early. So Saturday, I wake up early to do my workout and to do most of my chores that I haven't been able to do during the weekend. But Sunday is my day where I focus more on resting, and rest is more of a priority. So please, please, please use your weekend to balance productivity and rest. Also, enjoy some more Zora content. My third tip that I want to give is to visit your happy place. Here we are after gymnastics visiting my happy place, which is my library. I actually go in there to go to the used bookstores to get me a few books for about $1. Tip number 4, organize your clothing and your personal items. I love this part of my weekend. Here, I kind of organize all of my fragrances that I will be wearing for the week. My fragrances, my Bath and Body Works, my perfume, it just brings me so much joy. And so I like to have specific scents and scent profiles that I'm going to have for the week. So here I am filling up my basket on the things that I plan on wearing. Also filling up my clothes as well, which I've already done. Let's go into tip number 5. Plan and organize your priorities, such as your money and your time. So what I like to do is I have a budget planner and I write down all of my expenses for the month. I do that at least once a month. And then I actually am old school. I got a transaction register. So any receipts that I didn't balance my checkbooks, I put those in there. And then I make my meals for the week. I meal prep and I plan for my specific lunch and my breakfast, but for dinner I make a menu and then I shop off of it. And I recommend that for you budget conscious wives and moms. That helps you be able to not overspend and also not to have a bunch of groceries that nobody's going to eat or going to use. Here I am doing a recap of what I did in March and trying to learn from it and do better, because that's the goal with your money. And I am logging that as well. Now I'm going to tip number 6, which is go outside, spend some time outdoors. Here's some footage of me actually going to the Safety Harbor Market. It happens once a week and it is a really fun event, but it is outside where you can buy things from vendors and shop around for fruits and veggies. I thought I was cute here. So I enjoyed it. It's just nice to be outside, to be around people. If you can exercise outside, please try to do that outside. If you can't, then just try and get out there and get some sunlight. We are like plants. We deserve to get that photosynthesis, whatever you can, to feel good, because as you know, sunlight helps us absorb vitamin D and it'll help you feel better, particularly for your mental health. So here's some more footage of what I saw at the Safety Harbor Market. It was just nice to be there. I ended up buying some coffee and a healing stone for my honey, so that was pretty dope. I had a really good time. I did go by myself. My kids were not interested in going. They're not shopping type people, but I was interested in going because I wanted some honey, I wanted some stones, and I wanted some coffee. Exactly what I got. And I bought a lot of fresh produce, fresh organic produce that is local. And I also feel like doing that helps stimulate the economy. And you know, I support small businesses. So enjoy some more footage of that. Now we're going to get into tip number 7, which is to break up your errands or chores throughout the week. My auntie taught me this. She taught me not to be spending all Saturday cleaning and doing laundry and wasting a lot of time just doing everything on one day. She taught me to do one big chore a day throughout the week where I couldn't. So if that is cleaning the toilets on Tuesday, doing something big during the week so that your weekends can be just a little bit lighter. Particularly my daughter's hair. That is one of the biggest stressors for me over the weekends. That's something that I kind of have to wait until Sunday because I do one hairstyle and it's supposed to last all week. And I like it to look nice and neat. So I save that for Sunday. But my other chores, I save for the week. Tip number 7, meal prep. Right here, I am doing my meal prep. That saves me so much time throughout the week. Also behind me, you'll see my son, Zachary. He is 17. He loves to cook. If you know him, you know he loves to cook, and he actually cooks most of the meals for the family. So here's some video of me doing my meal prep. In this particular video, I meal prepped salmon, sweet potatoes, and green beans. It was really good, although I think that the portions wasn't large enough. I love to eat. That really didn't work for me that well. I ended up combining 2 meal preps. So my 5 days of meal preps actually ended up only being 2 days of meal preps. But whatever. My son is in the background. He is so silly, but he is a joy to have, and it's a good time for us to spend time. So I do my meal preps on Sundays, but I often break them up and do a meal prep during the week on like a Wednesday night, because often I don't want to eat the same thing for 5 days. So I will meal prep on Sunday and then meal prep again on Wednesday. And I do short things like something that's easy, like greens and smoked turkey in a crock pot, which that takes like 3 minutes to prepare. So I do stuff like that just to get it done, but also to keep me on the track with my health goals. And it also, look at my son, Lord have mercy. And it also just makes sure that I am not rushing in the morning to get something done, or that I'm spending money that I don't need to spend. So y'all know I love to be on a budget. I'm balling on a budget. I can't be spending $7 a day going to Zaxby's when I could have just meal prepped for 15 minutes. So this probably took all of 10 minutes prep of washing the fish, seasoning it, washing the potatoes, seasoning them, washing the green beans, and then putting them all in the oven at the same time. Something that you can do while you're cooking or whatever. Here I am prepping my green smoothies. They have spinach, mango, blueberry, strawberry, pineapple, and vegan protein. What I do is I just make these bags, and I use fresh fruit because number one, it is actually cheaper. If you look at the prices per ounce, it is cheaper. But number two, it tastes better. Something about frozen food versus fresh food. So I just freeze them in little Ziploc bags. And then in the morning, I add the water and the protein powder and I put it in the blender. I use my green smoothies as a meal replacement. They help me from that middle time between after you have your lunch to it's time to have dinner. So for me, from like 12 to 5, I'll probably have it at about 2:30. Also, I just put in some pictures of dates. Dates are a really good food for energy. And here's what Zach was cooking in that video. So I also wanted to give you my last tip, and that's my final tip, and that's prioritize rest. Whatever that means. You can lay down, watch TV, read, whatever you do, girl, just be well.